I'm Marissa. I'm a borderline crazy dog mom, a landlord, a DIYer, an interior design obsessed pop culture enthusiast, a real estate entrepreneur, and I'm simultaneously managing a long distance relationship while working full time. I'm the kind of woman who doesn't have the patience to get through this recording. So let's get into it. This is Barely Keeping It Together. Why would you want to stage your house, right? So you spent all these years in your home and you absolutely love the way that it looks and feels. And why would any buyer not feel the same way when they came and took a tour of your home? Well, a lot of reasons. But first of all, your taste is probably so specific to you. And that is not an offense to you, but making a home feel as neutral and non-specific to one person or one's family's taste is going to help buyers that are walking through your space feel like this could be their new home and they're not touring somebody else's home and they're opening the closet of somebody else's home and feel like they're sort of intruding on your space. You want them to come into your home and feel like they want to look at every single detail because this is their new home. It's no longer your home, it's their home. So things like the Mickey Mouses, the Winnie the Poohs, that might be your kids' like decor in their bedroom or whatever, or the very specific daisy print that you like, or you have every Asian symbol, like that's just very specific to you and your taste. Those are the sort of things that we want to remove from a home and just make everything feel very neutral, universally likable. Think about hotels and hotel lobbies. Not only do those feel luxurious, they also feel universally likable. Nobody walks into a hotel and goes, "Oh, I can't take it, it's so ugly." It just feels like luxe, high end. You want to be there, but it's also very neutral and like non-specific to anybody's taste. So that's what we want to do sort of as a goal to our staging. But why are we doing it? We want buyers to feel like it could be their home, it's not your home. And also we want real estate photos on a listing to be so enticing that they cannot wait to come and see your home. Couple things here. First of all, especially now during COVID times, every single person is looking at real estate online before they go and see tours, and they're telling their real estate agent if they want to go see a home. And if that house does not feel in photos like it could be theirs, it's too dark, just like outdated decor and those sorts of things, they're probably not going to want to come to see your house. So making sure that your photos on the real estate listing look like $1 million is so imperative, and real estate staging is what's going to get you there. Now, the other thing is, not only do you want to be on their list to tour, you want to be at the top of the list of houses that they want to tour. Because if you're at the top of the list, let's say they're going out on a Saturday with a real estate agent and they have 5 properties to see, they could see house 1 or 2 and decide they want to put in an offer immediately because they don't want anybody else to grab the house. And if you're the 5th house down, they could have liked your house more, but they don't know. So you want to be the top house that they want to see, and staging is what's going to allow your photos to get you there. And then the other thing is, if we make your photos look great and there's high demand in your market to see your house, the likelihood that you're going to close at ask, above ask, or close to ask is so much higher. So you guys really want to focus on your online listing having absolutely gorgeous photos, and that is something that you have a lot of control over with your real estate listing. So it does not mean that you have to buy all new furniture for your house. It just means that you need to clean out, remove all the junk, neutralize, make things smell good, look good, feel good. You want to open all the windows. You want all the light pouring in. You want it to just feel clean, bright, crisp, all of those things. So today, what I would like is you guys are actually going to watch me go through, clean out the whole first floor of this house the way that we do every single time before a tour, and then see what the house looks like when it's ready to tour and all the things that I did to get there. So, all right, guys, I will chat with you at the end of this video. See you soon. Good morning and welcome to my kitchen. Today, I was going to do a video on getting the house ready for a tour that we had scheduled today, and show you how we stage it each and every time before a showing. But actually, last night, our house went under contract. We're moving in less than 30 days. So hopefully there'll be some content about how to pack up an entire house and family and get out of town in 30 days or less. If that's something you're interested, comment below. I'm happy to share packing tips and tricks, those sort of things, if that's something that is of interest to you. But today what I decided to do was go ahead as if we were still having a tour this morning and show you guys what I did before every single tour in terms of staging the house and how we stage the house overall. And I think that it's gonna help you guys because we got this house under contract and it can help you get your house under contract if you use some of the tips and tricks that we used in this house to sell it quickly and get people to be impressed every single time they see your house. So I'm gonna get to cleaning. Feel free to stick around and see what I do, see the before and the after. So actually right away, you're gonna see a before and then I'll show you everything I do and then an after of what it's gonna look like. Two naughty dogs. Hesitant to show you guys this because it's crazy, but this is the sofa after the dogs have like annihilated it as they do every time. Just like look at what my niece's fur, yes, my dog niece, what her fur looks like on this couch. Oops, sorry about that. So it looks horrific and I'm gonna show you after I do the fur treatment to it. Okay, you guys, this is the sofa after I did the fur treatment. You can see she is waiting here to get back on the sofa, but she's not getting back up. This is what the sofa looks like after I do that fur treatment and we fluff our pillows. We just get everything looking really nice for a showing. For her light fur, this dark velvet sofa is probably the worst thing ever. Do you look guilty? Yes. But yeah, so that is what we use to get the sofa ready for showings and just, you know, everyday life looking clean and good. Okay guys, this is the kitchen ready for a showing. Now, some small things basically that we do is that we get everything clean. We light our candles so everything is smelling good. We run the dishwasher, clean out the sink. I like to have everything lined up at the sink. Do you see this? I like to have the faucet lined up in the middle of the sink. There's no paper towels out. There's no of the real dish soaps and sponges we use. Those are all put away. Basically everything is put away. We normally have canisters with like sugar and stuff here. We do leave out our fruit and stuff for showings, but normally we wouldn't leave that out for photography. I also styled this cute little marble tray that I got next to the stove. So yeah, so these are some of the details of how we stage the kitchen for a showing. And then also another thing we leave for a showing is we do leave my nephew's stool here, just push it in. Whereas for photography, we would never leave that there. And we have all of the lights on. So when somebody comes in, it feels bright, it smells good, those sorts of things. Let me walk you through what the first floor looks like when we do a showing. So you saw the cleaning that I did. And I told you earlier about the kitchen that we actually don't for showings. Now for photography, it's different, but we don't pretend that we don't live here. So for example, let me give you guys some examples. As you know, I have a nephew. Here are all of his books. We let him, when we listed the house, we let him pick out, you know, his favorite books to keep out during the home selling process. And these were all packed with books and not necessarily styled the way they are now. So that's another thing we did in terms of staging, was just try to make it more aesthetically pleasing by not filling it up to the brim with books, and staging it with little accessories, that kind of thing. Then we have his toy basket here. And we keep out his little bicycle and his little table over here, just sort of keep it clean in a way. And then he also has toys over here. So we don't pretend that he doesn't live here during the selling process, but we just make it as clean as possible. Dining table, we just make sure to clean it with Pledge spray every single day. Got this big bowl at HomeGoods and filled that with apples. Now, because we're at the end of our sort of staging process, those apples are actually going away today. They're a little old, and it was actually more full, so it felt more abundant during like photography and that kind of thing. But just make it sort of more pleasing to the eye. And then again, just clean up. So for the bar cart before, this was a lot more packed with alcohol, but we just staged it a little more sparsely to feel, you know, a little more styled and aesthetically pleasing. We do have to be careful about the things that we leave out with my nephew. So that's why maybe it's not the perfect bar cart, but it looks a lot better than just jam packed. And then this is like the TV area. And so for tours, you can kind of see I did a bad job, but we stuffed the dog beds down there so they're not out. We fluff all the pillows. You guys saw I also cleaned the sofas. I'm going to show you guys a closer up of what the blue sofa is looking like, but here's the kitchen. Everything is just clean and away. I forgot to mention earlier, we also put away the toaster. So we do have all the normal kitchen stuff also for a tour. Sorry, let me change this. I would never have a towel out. You just want to get a couple sort of points subconsciously across to your buyer. And one of those things is also we put the recycling away, so there's no garbage here. We would always take the garbage out so it's empty and smells good, run the dishwasher, just have everything feeling and smelling fresh and clean. Because again, subconsciously, there's a couple things you want your buyers to feel when they walk through your home. And that is that, you know, there's abundance in things like the fruit and those sort of things, but it's clean. You don't want them to think about doing dishes. You don't want them to think about like day-to-day hard life stuff. You just want them to think that if they move into this house, subconsciously their life is going to be perfect. And that's sort of aesthetically what you're trying to get across. We did actually, before staging, have this chair over here and what I deem to be a disgusting chair over there. And we put that away for staging. A lot of stuff is stored in the garage and that sort of thing because, again, we just wanted to get this minimalist vibe going for staging. So this is what the upstairs of the house looks like when we have a tour. What I wanted to do next was go through my absolute must-haves in terms of real estate home staging, and then some of the nice-to-haves on the other side of it. And I can walk you through where I got everything, how much it costs, all those sorts of things. So the first thing that I want to talk about is something I feel like we talk about at length, is candles. I like to do a cooling eucalyptus, a mint, something like that. I'm not loving the idea of like a vanilla or a cookie or something heavy like that. We want people to walk into the house and feel like it's clean, it's bright, it's fresh, it's crisp. So scents that would give that idea: green tea, mint, eucalyptus, lemon, or another citrus. So I went with cooling eucalyptus throughout the entire house. So what does that mean? Every single bathroom, we have 4 bathrooms in this house, has the same candle burning throughout for every single showing. And then the kitchen has a different candle, just because that's not really the vibe in a kitchen. It was more an aesthetic feel. So you guys can actually see the candle that we have burning behind me for the kitchen space. So that takes care of candles, which I think are an absolute must-have. It sort of tells the scent story when somebody walks into your home, if that makes sense. Couple things: when people walk into the house, right now it's August, so it's hot out here in Chicago where I live, but when people walk into the house, they're gonna do 2 things. They're gonna physically feel, how does it feel in here, and smell, how does it smell in here. So we make sure here that the AC is blasting. They walk in and they go, the AC works, and it smells lovely. It's mint and clean. So those are 2 huge signs, because if they walk in and it smells funny, it tells them, 1, it just reminds them somebody else lives there, which they don't love. 2, it could be a pet odor and they don't have pets, or they don't want the smell of your pet. It could be smoke odor. It could be a million things, mold, mildew, those sort of things. They want to walk in and feel like this house is going to be problem-free living. It's going to be the answer to all their problems, etc. And that is what's going to make them buy. So candles are a big thing. Now, as you guys saw earlier, I am a pet owner. We have 2 dogs in this house, and something that is absolutely essential is these charcoal bags. We got these on Amazon. I think we got 15 for like $20 throughout the entire house. And basically what charcoal does is it naturally absorbs any scents in the house. Now, we are pet owners. We're with our dogs every day. Do they smell? Probably. Do I smell it? No, I'm with my dogs every single day. So these are going to absorb the pet odors that we don't even notice are smelling in our house. The way that it works is that you kind of hang them throughout the entire house. They're gonna eat up all of the odors, and then it gets like full. And the way that you recharge a charcoal bag as a natural product is you actually just lay it outside in the sun. It's gonna get out all the odors and you can reuse them again. So this is a really cool, eco-friendly way to get rid of scents in your house, and it's not covering up scents, it's actually cleaning out and absorbing all the scents in your home. And then you can light the candles, which are gonna make it smell delicious. So candles and charcoal bags, if you are, well, honestly, I would recommend charcoal bags as a must-have for anybody, but if you are a pet owner or you smoke, these are a non-negotiable in staging, a must-have. If you are a pet owner, this is your friend. This is a dog fur remover. You guys saw me use it on the couches earlier. This will get dog fur off of anything. It takes a little while, as you saw on my navy couch. That gets really covered and we really have to clean this off. So people don't want to walk into your house and be like, there's pet hair everywhere. That feels disgusting. Again, they want to feel like they're purchasing a home that's clean, gorgeous, new, all of the things, not somebody's old furry dog is shedding everywhere. The other thing I want to talk about is amber glass soap containers. So I went through the entire house and I got amber glass soap containers in every single bathroom. Now these are actually from Target. They are the Magnolia Home. I actually love this smell. This is the number 2, which is juniper. This smells really good. And for the kitchen, I got the matching dish soap. And then I have this in the half bath, but this just looks very chic, of the moment, clean. It does not talk about your personal design style. It's not your kid's Mickey Mouse hand soap. This just feels like they're buying a sleek, sexy home that's maybe just from the developer. So I think those are absolutely a must-have. Now, if you were attentive to details in the video, you would notice I have many trays. This is one of many trays that we have throughout the home. Trays are huge for staging because you can use these to put coffee table books in, you can put plants, you can put all your remote controls in here, you can put decorative objects. It's gonna pull your space together and make it look chic. So whether you're just designing the space or you're actually staging it to sell, trays are gonna be huge. I have one right here at the kitchen island. I have another one within eye shot at the coffee table. I have about 4 of them downstairs. Trays are great. You should have them throughout your home and definitely great for staging. It just corrals. It just makes things look really, really nice. So trays are a must-have. Next absolute must-have for staging is plants, faux or real. So if you notice throughout the video, I have a bunch of plants. These are all faux plants that I got both. I got this at Target. These are the inexpensive ones from Target, and then I got this at HomeGoods. This is the one on the kitchen island. I actually really like this. You know, to be honest with you, these are probably not the quality of faux plants that I would use in terms of decorating $1 million home, but in terms of staging and making sure photos look really, really nice, it brings life into space. They're universally liked. It adds a little bit of color no matter what your palette is. Plants are gonna be great for taking photos. If you're really adamant that you wanna use real plants, that's fine too. I just know we could not keep them alive. So we have faux plants here, really important for staging photography. And then of course, when people come through the house, it looks nice as well. Last thing that I think goes very underrated and not talked about is white hand towels. I have these in all the bathrooms. I went to HomeGoods and I bought these. As soon as the house was listed, I got one for every single bathroom. So again, 4. And they're just fluffy white. I like to do textural. You don't have to do textural hand towels. Again, you're not gonna have your, I don't know, flowered daisies, crazy prints, because people don't want to feel like they're buying some weird old grandma's house. They want to feel like they bought it from a developer, and that's sleek and sexy and all the things. And what says that is white towels. So throughout all the bathrooms, you see white hand towels. Kitchen, you don't see hand towels. You don't see anything that revolves around the idea that we do dishes besides this beautiful bottle, because people don't want to think about the fact that they have to do dishes in your house. I mentioned it earlier, but literally you want people to walk into your home and think they're going to live a perfect life here. You don't want any half-done projects. You don't want anything that's going to remind them of chores. You don't want things that make them think of problems in the house. You want them to think of this magnificent, problem-free, delicious smelling, clean, cool air life that they're going to live in your house when they purchase it. Okay, so those are my theoretical must-haves for staging a home. Now let's get into some things that I think are nice to haves. Just a couple things. Now in terms of so you're gonna remove all personality in terms of your decorating. So for example, in this house, my brother's family had a beautiful portrait of their family on the wall, and that was just, it's weird. We don't want people walking in and being like, who lives here? It's creepy. So we actually replaced that with a different piece of art. So you wanna remove all things like that. Anything very taste specific. Let's say you're really into, I'm gonna say owls because my sister-in-law is, but this is not a personal attack at you. But people don't wanna come in and just see owls everywhere or a weird owl mural. You wanna remove all personality from the home and make it feel very neutral, clean, and of the times. So one of the ways that after you clean the space out, that you can add decorative elements back in is coffee table books. These are universally likable. Here's a couple examples. These I got at HomeGoods, Travel Home. I'm really obsessed with this. I just got this one, but this is gonna look really great on a coffee table book, a entry table, a console, anything along those lines. And then I also got this at HomeGoods. This is a Chanel coffee table book. This is gonna give people the idea of, ooh, look at the fancy people who live here. I'm also gonna be fancy and have a Chanel book when I live in this sexy house. So if you take these coffee table books, you can stack them right up on your tray, let's say, maybe even throw a plant on there, call it a day. Look at this. There you go. There's your coffee table. You got your tray, you got your coffee table book, you got your plant, and now something would be ready to take photos of. That's just one example. Another thing that you can add in once you've cleaned out is if you have a couple neutral, unoffensive accessories. Honestly, this is green. This is like a little wild for my palette. This is as crazy as I get. I prefer neutrals, but just a small, inoffensive vase, etc. You could do some stems coming out of this. Maybe in a bathroom is where I would do something like this. Home accessories, you can use things like this once you've cleaned out and you're just adding on a layer of chicness. Last thing, I got this for the kitchen when I was staging, is this beautiful wood piece. We have this on the counter where we have our amber bottles staged next to the sink. There is nothing else here. It's just as simple as this. And this is just gonna look chic. So you can buy something like this, a little piece of marble, a little tray. You can see the trays that we have behind me, the cutting boards. Those sort of things are just gonna add je ne sais quoi flavor to your home. So those are what I believe are really great must-haves and nice to haves when staging your home. In terms of where I got all of this stuff, when we were about to list the home for sale, I went to HomeGoods and Target and I spent about $250. I got all the candles, all the towels, all the plants, probably a few accessories, and that's about it. And we cleaned out the house and got everything ready. Actually, you know what? There is one thing I want to show you. Hold on one second. So this house has a large brown dining table with brown chairs, and I sort of wanted to break up that color story and add something light and bright. So when I was at HomeGoods, I got this huge bowl. It's like a serving bowl kind of thing that is white, so it's gonna break up all that brown. Now, if you had a white table, you could do something wooden that would look gorgeous, or if you had a black table, I would do white, or maybe like a cement, something along those lines. But so I got this big white bowl. We filled it with apples. I wanna say it took like 4 pounds of apples. Now the house just went under contract, so these apples are old, guys. They don't look as good as they did, but when we had the house fully staged, it was like overflowing with green apples, and it gave this idea of abundance in the house. So between all this stuff, I spent about $250 at HomeGoods. Honestly, I think it's worth it in terms of selling your home for as close to ask or above ask if possible. So those are my tips and tricks for staging. I would love to hear if any of you have staged your houses for sale, or if you have any experience with sort of removing your own personal personality and adding this like neutral, sexy, warm, inviting, clean smelling decor into a house. Leave me a comment in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this video, and please subscribe. I would love to chat with you more. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Don't get it twisted, guys. I am a real freaking softie, and now that all of the filming is over, staging is done, my nephew's art goes back up on the fridge because he's a gem and he deserves nothing but the best.